This video explains how to route ropes using slack points. Be sure to watch the Working with Ropes and Webbing video for more information on using ropes in vRigger. Slack points let you route ropes, webbing, and chain anywhere on the workspace. They are a very powerful yet often overlooked feature. You add slack points to the workspace like any other item by using the gear panes, the gear toolbar, or the gear finder. I'll type slack to add a few slack points using the gear finder. Slack points are these small red dots. They're similar to the red dots that appear on the ends of ropes. You connect rope to slack points just like any other gear by dropping the rope on the slack point. However, unlike other gear in vRigger, you can drop slack points on rope, webbing, and chain. Like the red dots on the ends of ropes, slack points are hidden when no gear is selected. Because slack points let you position ropes anywhere on the workspace, you can make it appear that ropes are connected to random locations on this tree, connected to the feet of this tripod, or to this chairlift. When using slack points, it's often necessary to use the arrange gear commands to force a rope segment to be drawn behind other items. For example, when I use slack points to position this rope on the tree, it's drawn in front of the tree. I can click my right mouse button on this section of rope and use the arrange gear commands to draw this segment behind the tree. A separate video provides more information on using the arrange gear commands. Slack points are also helpful when portraying an edge, like the edge of a building or a canyon. You can use the line shape item in vRigger if you want to draw an edge. You can set the friction of a slack point in the Properties pane to indicate the friction associated with the edge. When you then calculate forces, the slack point's friction will be considered. You can also use slack points with webbing and chain. This chain hoist snippet uses 8 slack points to position the chain on the hoist. When a slack point is connected to webbing, you can rotate the slack point to add or remove twists in the webbing. You can use slack points in combination with rope benders to create multiple curves in ropes. A very advanced use of slack points is to create illustrations of knots. This system used more than 30 slack points, the advanced rope arrangement commands, and rope benders to illustrate how to tie a figure-8 knot. If you've too much time on your hands, you can definitely get creative using slack points and rope benders.